and that was my first time stripping, escorting, taking my clothes off in public, sex in public, like the whole Megillah.
First time taking clothes off in public?
I meant all my clothes.
Oh, okay.
All the clothes.
I was like, bitch, I was taking my clothes off in public a long time before I ever did this. This is Hang with Nathan, and this is
Ariel Demure.
And we are going to be cooking, and let me see if I can remember, a creamy chicken pesto
With
rotini with sun-dried tomatoes and mozzarella balls.
Ooh. Had that on.
So it's very interesting to meet other people on that side. Also, you're actually the first trans person we've had on the show.
Woo!
So,
love first.
Right.
Love being the first.
Suck it, everyone else. You had your chance. Fuck you.
I'm opening so many goddamn doors. I was also the second. Aubrey Kate was the first. Second person to ever present an award at the Gavian and the AVN. So that was cool. But yeah, first year in porn, it's all been really fucking totally not what I thought it was.
What did you think porn was going to be? Because it's like, I can tell you from my experience, and I know there's going to be some similarities crossing over.
There's always going to be like huge turnover, huge like people who come and go. It's a very transient industry. So for us, I find that in the trans community, there are so many people who really like do just do it for a couple scenes and then call it a day.
Okay.
But for the most part, I think the ones who want to work do, and then there are still just those handful that are above and beyond always fucking working. Just the guys who shoot in trans porn, very, very, very seldom end up doing cis straight porn.
Yes.
Very seldom. Because it just is what it is. After I signed with Fab Scout, I found that there were several straight cis companies, agencies, who did go out and start representing trans people, which is awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. I had a gay agent who told me, if the industry sees you do anything gay, you have AIDS and you will never get hired.
Yeah.
So
straight
understand,
to AIDS.
It's like
straight
to AIDS. No Pasco, no $200, just fucking AIDS.
Yeah, that's fun.
So understand, that's what I heard, and that was 6 years ago.
Okay, well, they're still saying that.
Yeah.
I've been in sex work. This is my 10th year. I started stripping when I was 18, the week after I turned 18. And that was my first time stripping, escorting, taking my clothes off in public, sex in public, like the whole Megillah.
First time taking clothes off in public?
I meant all my clothes.
Oh, okay.
All the clothes.
I was like, bitch, I was taking my clothes off in public a long time before I ever did this.
Always been passionate about the industry as a whole. I decided to get into porn because I have future endeavors, which I'm not going to talk about.
Of course.
But I anticipated it being a lot more, just kind of skeezy. And I come from strip clubs. Skis is nothing I am unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It's super profesh. I did not anticipate the screening protocols that were going to be implemented. I wasn't anticipating, showing up to set and people just being like, oh, hi, how are you? Like, handshaky. I'm like, this is weird. Like, your butthole's gonna be in my mouth. Why are you, like, shaking my hand?
It's very odd. Like, I'm like, oh, how are you doing? Here's my test.
I'm not going to talk to you or text you or do anything, like, off camera.
I don't want to act like I'm too excited about fucking, but,
There's been days where I'm like, my scene partner is hot. I like the character. But the director will just say something. Or my scene partner will be, like, a little bit, having an off day. Yeah. And then they bring that shit to work. And I'm like, fuck, this is really fucking with me today.
It's been so many times, especially when I first started out, where you did not get that kind of like...
Oh, hell fucking no.
It's like, I was like, hey, why aren't you dick up? I'd fuck her. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm trying. Hey, we gotta go watch the game, bro.
I love the huffing and puffing because you're like, can I get a little edge first? They're like, oh! Yeah, the fact of the matter is, you need fucking 5 minutes to get an edge. Yeah. You need fucking, if you have me show up, those fucking Vegas days are the worst for me. your plane is like at 9 a.m. Call time is at like 11, let's say. I have to be up at 2, 3 a.m. to start getting ready to prepare because I typically bottom a lot. You have to get ready at like 3 a.m. and then you're on the plane and then you get there and then you have to do all the paperwork and then they're setting up the lights and then you're doing the pretty girls and then by the time that penetration happens, it's like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So I douched 12 hours ago. So then you have to fucking start the process over again because I am a young, virile individual and I have a fast metabolism.
I'm actually like, dude, I come and it's like, ugh! It feels like that most of the time. But also because of the job, it's pretty much,
it's fake. That's the one thing that drives me crazy about people is that they don't realize porn is fake. And sometimes we're fortunate enough to get along with our scene partners and there is like an actual connection, which is so much more platonic than it is physical.
Yeah.
But like, oh, I like you. Coming with you was fun. Let's hang out.
Watched porn when I was younger. You see this, and then I got into porn and I realized, oh, that's not the orgasm.
Yeah, that was
just their soap to their fucking
pop shot.
done.
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh my god, thank you God it happened.
The shit that looks the best on camera feels like shit.
Sucks.
Awful.
Every fucking time.
At no point in time do I want to have one leg over here and one leg over here and then fuck a vagina diagonally.
Yep.
That does not feel good. It hurts like a motherfucker. And the only reason we are doing that is because it looks good. And we are in so much pain. The level of commitment we put in for y'all just to get a nut. I hope you realize it is art. So I started stripping when I presented male and still in high school, which was really cool. My mom used to come and pick me up from work on weekdays and I would have to pay her bar tab. Yeah, everyone who thought I was cute were like, oh, you're like pretty, like, you know, whatever. And then my mom would come in and they'd be like, oh, excuse me. Someone attractive walked in. And then I was literally sitting in the lap of one of the dancers I was having a romantic entanglement with. And he was like bouncing me on his lap. My mom walked in. I freak out, run in the back room, come back out. And then lo and behold, who the fuck is sitting on my dude's lap but my mother? And it was just really disheartening. And then I felt bad about myself. But now I'm the pretty one, so it's fine. So I went from this one club where I was male presenting to trans club. And they've changed ownership.
Male presenting me?
Male presenting, you. You present as male.
Oh!
Just like, because I don't like saying when I was a boy. I feel like that's a weird verbiage, and I'm just not a fan of it.
No, I got you.
But, yeah, so when I presented more male, I worked at this twink strip club, which also changed ownership and changed location, but still exists. Go to La Boy in Fort Lauderdale. It's fabulous. Fuck yeah.
How we doing?
That was pretty fucking good.
So far?
Yeah.
Throw it out? Throw it out?
I'm not a can of tuna, and I don't need a label in order to know who I am. I just am. If you're going to make me pick some words, there's going to be a lot of them, and it is non-binary trans femme. So that just means that I identify as an individual who falls on a spectrum of gender, the spectrum of gender, which scientifically speaking is reality, not an opinion.
So what's your opinion on all these, the names and labels they're giving to the LGBTQ community and like everything that you...
It's fucking confusing.
Yeah,
I'm cognizant of that. I recognize it's very confusing. It's a lot of words. That's a lot for my parents to learn who are super fucking open-minded, you know, love me, accept me, always have, always will, you know, they know I do porn, they don't give a fuck, you know, but this whole they-them thing has been really hard for them because they're relearning how to use the English language, their first language, but still, they're still, like, relearning this behavior that's very foreign to them because so often people will, like, say, yeah, well, how do you feel about this? And then they're only asking you that because they want to give you their opinion. Yeah. They don't actually care what you have to say. They just want an intro. Ooh. Danke.
Hopefully this tastes good. The chicken's actually way better than I thought it was going to be.
The chicken's really good. That is so fucking good, though.
Anyway, Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you, how they can look you up, all the stuff that you're going to be in, anything new you're going to be doing?
My ats on all platforms are Ariel Demure, spelled phonetically. If you can't spell, that's your fault.
Hey guys, thanks for coming in for another episode of Hanging with Nathan. As you can see, new setup, so we're going to keep trying to do. Also, if you go to my link tree, you can find merch from our site. Hit me up, I'll send you one of these hats. But yeah, guys, thanks for coming in. See you later. Like, subscribe. Bye-bye.